A key figure in the life of our foundress, Mother Angelica, could someday be a saint. According to Mother's biographer, Raymond Arroyo, Rhoda Wise shaped her approach to spirituality. Wise died in 1948. In 2016, the Diocese of Youngstown, Ohio, formally opened her cause of beatification and canonization, putting her on the path to sainthood. Vatican correspondent Juliet Linley joins us from Rome. Juliet, first tell us who she was.
Rhoda Wise was raised in West Virginia and was one of 8 children in a staunchly Protestant family. She first encountered Catholicism at the age of 16, Lauren, when she underwent surgery and a nun gave her a medal of Saint Benedict. Now, Rhoda suffered a lot in her life, including losing a husband and an adopted daughter. And she became Catholic in 1939, just less than 10 years before she died. And she said she was visited several times by both Jesus and Saint Therese of Lisieux. Now, she's credited with many healings of people who visited her during those years.
Including Mother Angelica, which we'll talk about in just a minute. This past weekend, Wise's cause for sainthood hit a major milestone. What happened?
Indeed, Lauren, the investigation into Rhoda Wise's life on the diocesan level wrapped up last Friday, and on Saturday, the 70th anniversary of her death, a special mass was held in Canton, Ohio. At the mass, 2 boxes of evidence, Lauren, and information about why she should be a saint were officially sealed, and the boxes will go to the Vatican ambassador, Archbishop Christophe Pierre, who is in Washington, D.C., and he will then send it all the way to the Vatican, and it's then up to the Congregation for the Causes of Saints to officially begin the Vatican's investigation into Rhoda Wise's life.
It's a process that could take years. What comes next?
The process will focus on the life of Rhoda Wise to determine whether she lived a life of heroic virtue. Now, that would mean that she did live all of the virtues to an extraordinary degree. Now, one thing that will be examined, Lauren, very closely is Rhoda's stigmata. Now, that's the term that we use to describe when somebody experiences the wounds of Christ's passion. Now, typically, they appear on one's hands and wrists, and she suffered the visible stigmata every first Friday for 3 hours for more than 2 years. Now, if the Pope confirms that she lived a life of heroic virtue, Rhoda could be declared venerable. After that, miracles are required to be declared so that she could be declared blessed. And then finally, one day, she could be called a saint.
Juliet, tell us about the relationship between Wise and Mother Angelica.
Lauren, both Rhoda and Mother Angelica, who was then Rita Rizzo, they lived in working-class neighborhoods in Canton, Ohio. And in 1943, 19-year-old Rita had been suffering from stomach problems, stomach pain, and she visited Wise, who told her to pray to Saint Therese of the Little Flower and to offer up her suffering and to spread devotion to Saint Therese if she was cured. Now, Rita was cured, and she saw the healing as pivotal in her life, and both women continue to have an impact on local Catholic communities, Lauren, far beyond where they were brought up.
Juliet Linley, EWTN News Nightly Vatican correspondent. Thank you, Juliet.